Hi, second graders. Today we're going to work on subtraction with regrouping. And so we're going to start a new skill called funny numbers. You may have heard them before, you may have never seen them before. And funny numbers are a funny way of shifting your tens, so making a number sound really funny. It's from Greg Tang Math, and hopefully it'll help you get used to shifting tens so you can borrow when you don't have enough. So here's a chart that shows the hundreds place, the tens place, and the ones place. And in my tens place, I have got a group of five, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and three more. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. I have eight tens in my tens place, so 84 has 80. And in my ones place, I've got four little ones. If four ones wasn't enough to take away another number, then I would need to borrow a 10. So I would shift a 10 from the tens place into the ones place. If I took a 10 from 80, then it would have 70. So watch, I'm going to steal one. There it goes. So if I had 80 and I gave one of those tens away, then I would have 70 left. And my ones place would become a teen because now it has an extra 10. So now it's 14 ones in my ones place. So its funny number is 7014. If I have 84 playing cards, it would be funny to say, I have 7014 playing cards. Here's some more funny numbers to practice. So 42 in expanded form would split up into 40 and 2. But in its funny number, you'd have to take a 10 and give a 10. What would it be if I took 10 from 40 and gave it to the 2? You're right. It'd be 3012. Let's try another one. In expanded form, 72 would be 70 and 2. Its funny number, you'd have to take a 10 from 70 and give it to the 2. What would it be? You're right, 6012. Expanded form for 68 be 60 and 8. Its funny number would have to take a 10 from 60 and give it to the 8. What would its funny number be? You're right, 50 and 8 would become 18. For 53, expanded form would be 50 and 3. Its funny number, take a 10, give a 10, would be 40, 13. Now let's try some. In my tens place, 8 tens is enough to take away 3 tens, but 1 1 is not enough to take away 5 ones. So originally, it would be 80 and 1, but I'd have to take a 10 and give a 10. So 80 becomes 70 and 1 becomes 11. Now that I've made it a funny number, I can take away 35. 30 and 5. So 70 take away 30 would give me 40 because 7 take away 3 is 4. And 11 take away 5 would be 6 because if 5 and 5 is 10, then 5 and 6 is 11. Now that I've already subtracted my tens and subtracted my ones, I have to put those back together. So 40 and 6 makes 46. Now we're going to try some with 3 digits. So expanded form for 835 would be 830 and 5. Its funny number, you have to take 100, give 100, take a 10, and give a 10. The reason you take 100 this time is because this is the hundreds place. And the reason you take a 10 this time is because this is a tens place. So if I took 100 from 800, I'd get 700. And if I gave it to the tens place, 30 would become 130 because it gets the extra 100. And 5 would still be 5. But if 5 wasn't enough, I'd have to take a 10, give a 10. 1 less 10 than 13 tens is 12 tens. So 130 would change into 120, or 12 in the tens place. And your 5 would become a teen to become 15. So its funny number is 700, 120, 15. Whew. Next, we're going to try some. So I'm going to split 935 into 930 and 5, and 287 into 287. Now that I've split them up, it's easier for me to see whether I have enough. Is 900 enough to take away 2 hundreds? Yes, 9 is enough to take away 2. Is 30 enough to take away 80? No, 3 is not enough to take away 8. Is 5 enough to take away 7? No, 5 is not enough to take away 7. So if I do not have enough, I'm going to have to take 100, give 100, take a 10, give a 10. So 900 is going to drop to 800, but I give that 100 to the tens place. So instead of 30, it's 130. Or instead of 3 tens, it's 13 tens. And I still have 5 in my ones place until I take a 10, give a 10. If I have 13 tens, if I take one, I'll get 12 tens. So 130 will turn into 120. And if I give a 10, my 5 will turn into 15. So take 100, give 100, take a 10, give a 10. Now I have enough to take away because I gave my tens place another 100 to use, another 10 tens to use. And I gave my ones place another 10 ones to use, or another 10 to use. So now 800 take away 200, that's going to give me 600 because 8 take away 2 is 6. So 8 hundredths take away 2 hundredths is 6 hundredths. Then I can do 120 take away 80, or 12 tens take away 8. I know 12 take away 8 is 4, so 120 take away 80 is 40. Then last, my ones place 15 take away 7. I know 8 and 7 is 15, so 15 take away 7 is my 8. So I use the derived fact strategy. Once I've done my hundreds place, my tens place, and my ones place, I have to put it all back together. So 640 and 8 is 648. Your turn. This was really challenging. You had to really engage your brain. So it's your turn to practice taking 100, giving 100. If you need to, if you have enough tens, you don't need to take 100. And take a 10, give a 10. If you don't have enough ones, then you need to take a 10 and give a 10. So you'll have to decide, do I have enough? Do I not have enough? Make sure you have a paper with enough room to practice drawing all those lines and all those number sentences to give yourself a chance. You got this. Work hard.